Good morning to all my good people out there. This is Thomas Bain, and you're tuned in to Urban Ave Crypto. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Okay, when it comes to the tokenization stuff, again, yes, you cannot bring XRP back to the XRP ledger or go to the XRPL, whatever he's saying. I'm trying to understand that. When they tokenize, again, when they tokenize things on the XRP ledger, they have to hold XRP. That's really what that means. So you're going to tokenize things on the XRP ledger. And in order to do that, you need to hold XRP. So no, that XRP cannot go back into the supply because guess what? We got to tokenize things on there. So if I was to take a building that's worth $1 billion and I want to tokenize it on the XRP ledger, I'm going to tokenize it on the XRP ledger. And now what's going to happen is I'm going to need, let's say, each XRP to be worth, I don't know, $1 million, right? Because what I want to do now is have it where this building is tokenized and people can buy into the building from those tokenized XRP assets. So I hold XRP. The building is worth $1 billion. Each token is worth $1 million, right? Now, if you understand math, you would understand that 1,000 million totals to be 1 billion. So I'm going to hold 1,000 XRP, and the 1,000 XRP that I hold represents the value of the building that I just tokenized onto the XRP ledger. Now, what I can do from my company is I can now create another coin on top of that that allows people to buy in to the tokenized version of the building, but I'm holding XRP. I can sell one XRP at $1 million, and that can, someone that has the money can purchase that. But I can also create smaller versions of, I could create my own coin that will be pegged to XRP so that smaller investors are able to invest. I can also do that as well. These are the parts that they don't really understand. I hear what he's saying, but these are the parts that they really don't understand. And I hope that I'm explaining it for you to be able to get it. Let's get back to the video.
Now, banks are very competitive with other banks. You don't find much of an interest rate shift, do you? You don't have one bank doing 7% and another bank saying, hey, we're going to do 5%. They find other ways and services to try to compete because they're having to pay. It's all fixed, right? The Fed is the one dictating the rate. They borrow at that rate, and then they make the rate after they add to it. Then they make an additional. So the competition can be in fees, but the SWIFT system was pretty expensive. And the other systems used to do transfers cross-border were very expensive.
He's saying that they're going to do 1,700 banks divided by the daily basis. Now, I hear him. I understand what he's saying. However, again, that is incorrect. Or they don't give a fuck about how much banks it is. They don't care. All they care about is the amount of money that needs to move daily. That's it. The banks don't even care about what the price of XRP is. As long as XRP could do what they expect it to do, that's all they care about. None of these things matters when it comes to them deciding what the price or knowing what the price of the coin needs to be. The only thing they need to know is how much money moves through whatever system we're going to be taking over. That's all they need to know. And me personally, I believe and I think that they have been misled by the amount of money they actually have to move per day. And I think that, and this is my opinion, that when it really became reality for them as to how much money they have to move per day, I believe that they were all sat there and were like, wait, oh shit, how much money we got to move again? Oh, I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. Because again, you have to keep something in mind. No one never really knew and understood the amount of money that actually moves through the system. And if you think that they were one of those people that didn't know, you're highly mistaken. Okay? This is why you see so much pivoting and so much stopping and so much pausing, with everything going on, because they really didn't understand and know. Just like most of us don't understand the enormous size amount of money that they have to move. It's a lot of friggin' money. A lot. The money that they have to move, I mean, Jesus Christ. Like, they have to move a lot of money. A lot. Let's get back to
So
the video.
suddenly there's this thing called XRP, which literally for pennies will move millions and millions of dollars for pennies. Also, you don't have Vostro and Nostro accounts. What are those? Accounts stacked full of every currency that there is. Why? Because with international trade, it's not all dollars. Sometimes it's going to be, the other currencies of the world. It's going to have to be converted from the dollar to another currency.
For pennies, he's saying. That is incorrect. That is incorrect. XRP cannot move millions and trillions of dollars for pennies. The only way that could be done is for the price to be very high. The prices that they talk about, it cannot do that for pennies. We have to stop looking at how much XRP costs when we, as regular folks, move XRP. We have to stop doing that. I ask you, I beg you to stop looking at it like that, because you're doing yourself a big disservice. You're really at a point where you don't understand how the whole fee thing works. XRP cannot move millions and trillions of dollars for pennies, not at the prices that it is. XRP has to be a very high price in order to do that. I wish people will stop saying this, because it is very incorrect. It is very incorrect. Again, I tell you, last year, XRP, and this was said by David Schwartz, okay? If you don't know who he is, go look him up. David Schwartz. He is one of the creators of the XRP ledger. He said that last year in 2024, XRP moved and settled $36 billion. $36 billion. Well, friends, I tell you this. At the time, XRP was about 60 cents, somewhere around that ballpark. It wasn't $1, it wasn't $2. It was around 60 cents, 65 cents, the most. Okay? When you do the math, they would have needed to use 60 billion XRP to move $36 billion. Do you really think that they're going to move $36 billion for pennies when they had to use 60 billion XRP to do that? And I also ask you this, did you see 60 billion XRP leave the market? No, you did not see that. Again, the miscommunication, the misunderstanding, the misinformation being given to the people is not good. Let's get back to the video.